It is late afternoon. Hey, kitty. I need to leave again and go shopping for some more food. Now, I've been given a little bit more leeway in recent days. They now say that I can leave the campus once every 3 days for food. That's different. The rest of the city, most of the city is on a 2-day limit. Once every 2 days you can go get food. For me, it's once every 3 days. I'm fine with that. As of this recording, in my city of Zhongshan, Guangdong, and less than 50 people sick, and the entire city of 3.5 million is shut down. Oh, there's my puppy dog friend. Hey, puppy. Yeah, she likes to follow me around. We're now 2 weeks past the end of the Spring Festival, and there still is zero economic activity in this city. You know, most businesses plan for the Spring Festival. It's about maybe 2 to 3 weeks of no business because of the festival, but they definitely don't plan for an entire month, and it's going to continue. Some businesses are trying to get back up, but there's no customers. Some of the factories have tried to come back online, but they have no raw materials and none of the other factories are at full capacity, so this is not going to be a quick thing. This is going to be a very slow burn. So, for example, this building here, I have a friend who is in sales, a student of mine, who does international sales for that company, and they make battery packs. And she was told to come back from her hometown a week ago. She did, and then they delayed the opening of the factory. So she's now at home, stuck at home, alone. She can't go anywhere. And she doesn't know when she can go back to work, and she can't go back to her hometown because they've closed the hometown. Alright, no fuss, no muss. Let me off, no problem. Just sign the piece of paper, tell them where I'm going, how long I'm going to be gone for, and when I come back they'll take my temperature again. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drive through some of the factory areas and see if any of the factories are open. I've been told that some of the factories have been allowed to be opened if they meet certain health requirements. I want to see if that's the case. There seems to be a little bit more traffic on the roads, but so far I haven't seen any of the factories open. So it's a rainy day, so I don't expect the car wash to be open, but as you can see, there's zero activity on all of these factories, which is usually packed with people walking the streets, workers. You know, they have some food carts here at lunchtime and dinner time. So you can see here, completely empty. Over here, also empty. It looks like the trash collectors and the gardeners are still out. There's another factory. Not operating. There's another one, also not operating. Another one that's completely empty. No activity. I don't see any cars. No workers. Another one, no activity. No activity here either. There's a couple bikes, and I see 2 cars, a couple cars in that one. In some of these factories I do see a few cars and a few bikes, but definitely not 100% at capacity. It's, again, I think it will be a slow burn. There's a little shopping mall here that looks like it's void of customers. None of the restaurants are open, everything is closed. This affects everybody. I mean, just here in my neighborhood, it's not just the factory workers and the owners that are struggling, it's the engineers, it's the salespeople, it's the HR people, it's the payroll, the IT guy, it's the mom and pop noodle shop on the corner that feeds them at lunchtime. This is gonna be devastating, and I already know for a fact that many of those little mom and pop shops have shut down, closed up, and people have left. real estate sales, car sales, everything is dead. There is zero economic activity in this area. It's very, very concerning. The only place that has any kind of activity is around the supermarkets. As you can see, the city buses are still running, but there's nobody on it. I got a couple of factories over here. These are very small factories, component factories. Most of the cars I see here are the company cars. They're not the employee cars. Yeah, very, very scary. So my college remains completely barren, and there's nobody there, and the roads surrounding it are completely empty. This is usually a major thoroughfare through the city, through this part of town, and as you can see, that's a cop. Those are 2 cops. I have also seen many of the roads closed. There's a used car market, completely shut down. The gas stations, this one looks to be closed. No, that one's open. That one's open. Good. So the gas stations are still open. They're still pumping gas. And it looks like the government offices are closed. And there's not nearly as many buses as usual. It looks like the buses are, I don't see any passengers. It's like just the bus drivers. So things are far, far from returning to normal here. It looks the same, if not worse, than it was a week ago. Let's go in here. The rich guys are out still. It looks like Decathlon's open. Check this out. But it is a ghost town in here. There's like 2 employees in this giant store. It is eerie. So these are all cars just waiting to pick up residents of this community, because if you don't live there, you're not allowed in. Every single entrance into these villages is blocked. I don't see any way into them. I'm not trying to go into them, I'm just saying that the villagers have, even in the middle of the city, even though the government says they can't do it, they've just taken it upon themselves to keep outsiders out. But the communities themselves are really closed up and locked up really good. I mean, deliveries can't be made, nobody can come in, so outside the gates of every one of these very large gardens is just a scene of chaos. It's controlled chaos. I mean, people aren't yelling and screaming or anything, it's just there's delivery people coming and going, people dropping people off, coming and going. And you can see here they check every car, every person's temperature, of course. That's standard now everywhere you go. And then they're also opening up the trunks of every car, searching every car, making sure no one's trying to sneak in. And this is just one standard community here. This is one of hundreds, if not thousands, of communities in my city doing the exact same thing. And you have this supermarket here is open. It's not a great supermarket, but this one usually just serves the people in this community here. They take your temperature there, and they take your temperature before you can even come in here. The time was Burger King, you would order here, but of course the dining room is closed, and it's too cold to eat out there, so we're gonna have to eat in our car. Hey, puppy dog. It's okay. All my friends. See here, this mall is completely empty. I'm not even supposed to be in here, but the guy let me come in and film it. This is as far as they'll let me go. This is the center of town, and it's the busiest mall in Zhongshan, and there's nobody here. Still plenty of food at the market. There's no change here at all. I'm very happy that the fruit stand is open. We can get some coconuts. And there's still lots and lots of fresh fruits. But as you can see, they're the only thing that's open. Everything else is closed. Well, at least we can get something nice. Walk around in the middle of the night. It's like 9 p.m. and it might as well be 4 a.m. It's dead quiet out here. I won't lie, it's a little eerie. If you're scared of the dark or believe in ghosts, this is not the place for you. These buildings make a lot of strange noises, and they're empty. There's no one here. I'm completely alone. But when the wind blows, many of the doors are open. They haven't been closed. Some of these dorm room doors. See, you can hear them, and all night long they blow open, slam shut. Windows rattle. It's almost as if there are ghosts in these buildings.